This is the story time on how I became friends with a pick-me boy. Just so you know, all names in the story are completely fake for privacy reasons. However, this story is unfortunately true. I have to put in a little bit of a trigger warning here, just because it talks about some sensitive things. So if any of these things trigger you or you're sensitive to them, please click away. We have different videos. But yeah, aside from that, let's just get started and relive this horrible memory. Let's start. Okay, so it all began in the beginning of grade 9, which was the beginning of high school. I had to start taking the bus, and since my bus arrived like 30 minutes early before class started, I usually had time to read or go on my phone or to talk to my friends, whatever. And that's when I started talking to a group of people I had mutual friends with. And this is when we enter Kyle. Now, from off the bat, Kyle was someone like I never really pictured myself with. Like, don't get me wrong, he was just really nice, but also kind of obnoxious. A side note, if you don't know what a pick me boy is, it's a boy who basically degrades himself in hopes of getting sympathy and attention from people that they may like. They often say shit like, "Oh, I'm so ugly. Oh, no wonder no girls or guys date me." Or the infamous, "Nice guys always finish last." Um, Now, if you've ever said any of this, just know that no one really cares. Teenagers don't really have the time or energy to comfort you, unless you're subscribed. I'll like you if you're subscribed. Anyways, I actually heard about Kyle before from my friends, just hearing about some of the shenanigans he pulled. So, from what I know, Kyle had the biggest, fattest crush on my friend Jenny. Now, Jenny was the kind of friend who was really funny, really pretty, and really nice. During that time, Jenny had actually gotten a boyfriend. So while Kyle was basically head over heels for Jenny, she was in a relationship with a guy she really liked. Personally, I've never actually met her boyfriend before, um, but long story short, they broke up 3 months later. But that's besides the point. Jenny had actually told me that Kyle had asked her out before she started dating her boyfriend, and Jenny rejected him. Just so you know, if you've ever asked a person out on a date, my highest respect goes out to you. I cannot do that. That is something that is extremely courageous and brave of you to do so. And yeah. So after Jenny said no, Kyle changed around our friend group. He began to make passive aggressive comments towards us whenever he would talk about male crushes. He would vocally judge and discriminate against our male crushes, often comparing himself to them. And whenever someone did get into a relationship, he would do this really weird thing where he just snapped. No joke, he would go on a 3-minute tangent talking about how difficult it was for guys like him. So, obviously, this gets tiring really fast. But hold on, hold on. It gets worse. Around a month after Jenny and her boyfriend broke up, Kyle invites me and Jenny to ride bikes. This wasn't really out of the ordinary, so we decided to stop at a 7-Eleven for some Slurpees, like while we were riding bikes. When we got our Slurpees, we decided to sit on a tiny, like, little hill behind the 7-Eleven and just talk. And it was all going fine, and, like, Kyle was surprisingly acting normal, until he decided to take Jenny's Slurpee and drink from it. Mind you, this was during the coronavirus thing, so he never asked her to try her Slurpee. He just took it and drank from it. I thought it was a little bit suspicious, but Jenny didn't really seem to mind that much. So, okay, I let it slide. I did think it was a tad strange, but nevertheless, I did let it go because I just didn't really want confrontation. And to be fair, this was the kind of stuff that Kyle pulled all the time, so whatever. Around 5 minutes goes by, and this motherfucker, places his hand on Jenny's knee, like right in plain sight of me. Jenny's eyes were bulged out of her head. She was so, like, uncomfortable. So she tried to readjust her knee so that Kyle wasn't touching her anymore. And he just stayed put, like he had a firm grip on her. It was so creepy. I can't even, whatever. Okay, I'm sorry. This is insane. So Jenny, very awkwardly, then asks me to buy her something from the 7-Eleven that we were at. Like an obvious escape from Kyle. So when she said that, though, Kyle jumped up and volunteered. He said, I can go. Danny, you can just watch the bikes. My instincts were at like an all-time high. Jenny, not really saying anything, was blushing all red and visibly uncomfortable, just stared at me, almost non-verbally, like praying for some sort of escape from Kyle. So I had to think fast. So what I quickly did was, while Kyle was dragging Jenny to the entrance of the 7-Eleven, I faked a text from my parents and said, like, hey, I faked a text from my parents and said, hey, Jen, my parents are wondering where we are. I think we should get going right now. Yeah, I said that. The audacity. So Kyle had the audacity to rebuttal and then say, oh no, it'll be really quick. I knew Jenny was extremely uncomfortable, and I quickly said, like, no, we need to go right now. And from then on, Kyle just went into a haze. Like, he started whining and complaining and even started insulting my parents that he's never met before. At that point, like, my instincts were at an all-time high. I was frustrated, I was angry, I was, like, fucking done with this guy. So I grabbed Jenny's wrist, I led her to where over our bikes are. I got onto my bike, said bye, and then, like, got the hell out of there. So a couple hours later, me and Jenny were just hanging out. I think we were having a sleepover or something like that. And however, Jenny gets a text from Kyle. And the text reads, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I was just trying to show you that I like you. And you kept saying no to me, and I really just wanted to show you that I like you, and I really didn't want to ruin whatever we had, and I really didn't like how, like, Danny was there. We were, like, just both shocked. So I just told her to block him, and of course she felt bad about doing so, and that it might bring tension in our friend group later. So finally, after a long hour of trying to get Jenny to block him, she finally did. So glad that she did. I think Kyle knew that she blocked him. So yeah, that's kind of the end. He stopped sitting with us. He stopped trying to make conversation with us. Eventually, he blocked me as well. It was really uncomfortable, and this is obviously not a great experience, but it happened. I mean, what can you do? I don't really know. Thank you all for listening to my story. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation where you feel uncomfortable, please tell someone. We told our parents afterwards, and they just advised us to block him as well. We all get through shit. It's part of life. So, thank you all for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. I'll like you if you're subscribed. Have an amazing day. Love y'all. Peace out, homies.